Claro.
Claro Insurance. All right, here we go.
Welcome, everybody, to this edition of the Alliance Group podcast. Samuel Howe here from Stratton Studios here in Atlanta, Georgia, and we have a very special guest, Mr. Miguel Reynoso from Claro Insurance, the life insurance manager there. Thank you so much for being here, Miguel. Welcome.
Awesome, man. And thank you so much for having me. I'm super happy to be here. I'm excited for all the things that we're doing with Alliance Group.
Yeah, man, we're excited too. We're really excited to get Claro here in the studio. You've been working really hard all day, filming some really great training content for Claro agents, which we are going to talk about a little bit later. So we're kind of tacking this podcast on to the end of the day, but wanted to get to know a little bit more about your organization. So tell us just a little bit about Claro Insurance and what you guys do down there in Miami.
Awesome, man. Thank you. Yeah, Claro Insurance is the #1 FMO in Florida. Such a great organization.
Yeah.
Doing some pretty phenomenal things. We have a big focus on the Latin communities, but obviously we're not generalizing our company to just focus on them. We have
Absolutely.
a wide variety of agents out there doing some pretty phenomenal things with everybody.
So you got English clients, you have Spanish speaking clients,
Correct.
Obviously huge. You guys do a ton. You guys are an absolute monster in the health side
Correct.
of things.
Correct.
And like other partners with Alliance Group, really partnering with us to see how you can grow your living benefits, life insurance side of the business, which you guys are doing in a really big way this year. So we talked about working multicultural markets, and that's something that Alliance is very proud to have been doing a good job of as well. We just reached the point, Miguel, where over 50% of Alliance Group's business is being done from non-English speaking
Wow.
communities, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a testament to our agents. But there are some challenges that can sometimes come with working different markets, different languages.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever run into those?
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. The life insurance industry in particular is, designed to be around the English-speaking market.
There's just a lot less kind of material and training that's completely available,
Correct.
which is it can create some difficulties, but it's absolutely worth that extra work. I mean, just today you were filming a training course, so you'd have to do the whole thing in Spanish and then turn around. All right, let's do that entire thing. We have to have everything translated, into other languages as well. So
right, and to your point, that's where Claro Insurance comes in.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to improve that. We're here to change that. That same conversation that we've been having for years about, hey, there's not enough information out there for life insurance agents that want to do this business that only speak Spanish.
Right.
And so, Claro Insurance is really putting in that effort to give that kind of support to our agents. We work with some pretty phenomenal agents across the United States that are only Spanish speaking, phenomenal individuals.
Absolutely.
with the vision to help as many Latinos as possible. And so what we're doing is we're creating this content. Like today was a phenomenal day to just create content in Spanish.
Yeah.
Trainings that are not out there in the Spanish language.
Mm-hmm.
And so, now Claro Insurance has that, and they have access to that through our growth program.
Right.
A little bit about Claro and what we consider ourselves an insurtech. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of our platforms are all digital. And so our agents are improving their businesses through our platform,
right?
Claro's platform. So, it's what we're doing is we're really changing that landscape for life insurance agents and health insurance agents to have a platform where they can really rely on, from wherever they're at, they can rely on our platform for the education, mm-hmm. for the tools, the marketing, the CRMs that we offer, and
right.
also their business management tools that they have through Claro Insurance, really giving our agents just a 360 suite of products that they can use to build their business.
Yeah, and it's what we found on the Alliance side, and I'm sure you found it on the Clado side as well. There's a lot of carriers out there that think that, or thought at least that multicultural marketing is, we have like 50 flyers on our website. Let's just translate the most popular ones, like the most popular 5 or 6, and we can check the box.
Right.
That's not how it works, right? To access these markets, you have to have people that are in these markets, and you have to support those people with all of the tools that all agents enjoy. And if you can do that, if organizations can do that and really put the time and effort into doing that properly, the opportunity in these multicultural markets is absolutely enormous. And that's what you guys have seen. That's what Alliance has seen. And I think insurance carriers are kind of starting to get that message as well.
Yeah. And see, we see it the other way around. You say we have 50 pieces of content and we're going to pick the top ones and translate those. No, we're going to translate all 50 and then make some more in Spanish, because, we see the need. We see there's not only a need, the opportunity, right? So for those agents that are watching this that want to be part of an organization that is, really targeting the Spanish community, we are the company to do that with.
Absolutely. And it's such a great way to differentiate yourself from those other groups who might have a couple of translated flyers, to be able to tell your audience and the people that you're trying to bring on board, hey, we don't just talk the talk, we actually walk the walk. You're going to have all the support that you need, not only from a marketing perspective, but as you're working on from a training perspective as well. So switching gears a little bit, let's talk a little bit about what you guys are doing on the life insurance side at Clado. We're very, very happy at Alliance Group as the Living Benefits IMO. You guys are all on board with the idea of living benefits, the new, kind of life insurance you don't have to die to use. So for our viewers, Miguel, if you had to explain living benefits, just for anyone who's watching that isn't sure what living benefits life insurance is or how that's different than what they know of life insurance. Sure. In 30 seconds, could you explain to somebody what exactly living benefits is and how it works?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm timing you.
Good. 30 seconds. Put it on the clock.
Here we go.
You guys watching this, got 30 seconds here. Actually, I could just put it in 2 words, right? Life insurance is not necessarily life insurance. I consider it income protection.
Income protection.
Right? Why is that? Well, with income protection, whether you're, if you were to get sick, cancer, heart attack, stroke, which is, pretty likely in today's world, 1 out of every 2 women are diagnosed with cancer, right?
Yeah.
1 out of 3
At some
men
point in their lifetime. Yeah.
1 out of 3 men are diagnosed with cancer. So the need for an income protection is there. And so life insurance with living benefits is that income protection. Because when that does happen, not if, it's when it happens, you have that insurance in place that is going to guarantee that you have this income to help you during that unexpected period of time where you're going to have a loss of income.
Right. So it's life insurance that you don't have to die to use, right?
Correct.
It's life insurance that actually provides benefits while you're still living.
Yeah.
And this is something obviously that we at Alliance Group are very passionate about. We have been for years since Living Benefits basically came mainstream with National Life Group back in 1998. There's still so many people though, Miguel, who don't know that life insurance can be put in place that will actually pay you if you get sick, cancer, heart attack, stroke, those major things that we all know can happen. Yeah. And it's such important coverage to have. So how much more does living benefits cost than the old kind of life insurance that only pays out if you die, Miguel?
It's funny because you can do comparisons with other companies that offer life insurance that don't offer living benefits. Their price is still higher than what you see with companies like National Life Group, who have very competitive plans.
Right.
Where it doesn't cost anything extra.
Right.
These are already included. These are free riders that are already included in these policies, which, really, you can't beat that. Why not? If you're going to get life insurance, or not if, when you get life insurance.
Everyone should have life insurance.
Everyone should have life insurance. The 2 things are guaranteed in life, right? Death and taxes. Right. And we can't avoid any of those. So make sure you have your life insurance in place. And if you do have life insurance in place, right, I always tell them, get it with living benefits. Take advantage of the fact that there's companies out there that are offering these riders for free and you have access to your money in the event something happens unexpectedly. If you get it, if you get sick, you're gonna need access to that money. You don't want to wait till you're dead. You want to wait till you want to be able to access it when you're still alive. And so living benefits does that for you. And I think it's important for especially our viewers right now to know that this does exist. You're right. There's not enough information out there to talk about this, because I do talk to a lot of clients that have no idea what that means, what it is. Like, really, is that even true? And it's true.
And it's I think it's an advantage to anyone who's doing business, to any agent who's doing business with Claro, to know that you have that. Correct. You have that ace up your sleeve. I used to always say when I was training with agents, if I was just selling the old kind of life insurance, that looks like, hey, do you have life insurance? Oh, you already do. Hey, do you have life insurance? Oh, you already do. Right. Hey, do you have life insurance? No? Okay, well, I need to sell you some life insurance. Right. Whereas when you have living benefits, it's like that ace up the sleeve where, hey, do you have life insurance? Yeah, I already do. Oh, well, great. Well, now we just need to make sure that you have the right kind, right? Yeah. Let's make sure you have the new kind that doesn't cost anything extra, but gives you so many more options, so many more ways to access your policy, and protects you against so much more than just if you die. Right. It's a very powerful conversation. Obviously, it's a conversation that Claro agents are having with all of their clients, and what we've been doing at Alliance Group for the past 25 years. So, for sure. So besides just straight family protection, because that's how we tend to think about and talk about life insurance by default. It's something you put in place. A family, a breadwinner puts in place to make sure that the family that he or she is providing for is taken care of. And that's, in life or death with living benefits. But there's so many other applications of living benefits, life insurance, and so many different types of life insurance out there that can solve so many different problems. Right. So besides this just straight kind of family planning, family protection, kind of concept, what other concepts is Claro helping their agents or helping their clients solve?
Awesome. Yeah, no, man, there's so many different types of strategies out there, and it's not just for, individuals with family, like you said. Right. There's products that we're also offering for business owners. We got like key man insurance policies that help protect your key person, right? If you got a business that's producing hundreds of thousands of dollars, and half of that is being produced by one individual. Right. But you want to make sure you have that person protected. That's your income driver right there. So.
Right. There's a lot of risk around these really key people. And it doesn't have to just be someone who's producing direct revenue, right? Like a salesperson. Correct. It can be just anyone who is in your organization. If you're a business owner that you're like, if that person was gone, we would be in big trouble. Exactly. Then that's a key person, right? Correct. That's someone you need to protect.
Correct. And so we offer those kinds of products, executive bonus plans for those companies who want to add a little extra bonus for their agents they can, this is a retention strategy. You want to keep your key people. You want to make sure that you're taking care of them. You give them these kind of benefits. Yeah. These long-term benefits that give value, right? Monetary value, and also that sense of protection for their family. Yeah. On top of that, we have mortgage protection, of course. Right. It's necessary, I think, these days to make sure that if you have your home and you're paying for this home, that you have it protected, right? You have an insurance policy in place that in the event something happens to the breadwinner or the person who's paying for that mortgage, that, God forbid, they're not able to make that payment due to an illness or they pass away, the family's going to be left without a home. Right. So mortgage protection is definitely one of those important products that we're really helping our agents to go out there and educate more families about.
Yeah, man, we started as a mortgage protection shop way back in the day at Alliance Group. Mortgage protection is still much a big part of what we do. Just making sure, it's just securing that biggest debt that most of us have. Right. If you own a home, it's very likely that, I almost would hope that your largest debt is that mortgage. It's that $300,000, $400,000 for that home that you're trying to pay off. mortgage protection is just a way of securing that debt and making sure, hey, if something happens to me, God forbid I pass away, the home gets paid off immediately. I don't leave my family with a mortgage to keep up with and risk them losing the home if something happens to me. Or like you said, if it has living benefits, you've got some income coming in so that you can make those mortgage payments for, put down here's 5 years worth of mortgage payments while I get things sorted out, while I recover, while I get better. So very important as well.
And I know we're going to, probably dive into some other areas, but, we're also, we're doing some estate planning as well through insurance policies, helping people protect their estates and save on taxes.
There's lots of strategies there with life insurance.
Juvenile IULs, for example. That's actually, that's something that right now is extremely popular especially in the Latino communities. We have a lot of families that are looking for this product. Like, hey, I heard you can you can use life insurance to save money for university cost.
Right. Or just save money for kids in general. Right. I mean, there's a lot of folks that, yes, and that's been a very popular approach is like, what are you doing in your 529? How's your 529 performing in this market? Which I actually have a 529 for both my kids. And
how's that performing?
It's been kind of flat to down for the past couple of years.
Let me tell you about the IUL.
I also have an IUL for my kids. Thank you, Miguel. And that's been going steadily upward, right? So it's been a very popular approach for people to talk about college planning, but really an IUL for kids, to be honest, Miguel, mine is not necessarily for college savings. That might be what I use it for, but I think of it more as just like I'm saving money for my kid. Yeah. I'm checking the box to get them covered with permanent life insurance. God forbid, don't even want to think about that. I'm also checking the box for living benefits. Yeah. Also don't want to think about that, but I know as a father that it's important to plan for whatever, for whatever might happen. But, what I really am trying to do with that IUL, even though it is checking those other boxes for protection, is I'm just trying to get money, get a little snowball started for my kids while they're young, take advantage of compound interest over time, and just get that in place, get, some money just coming automatically out of my account every month, and just to build that starting at the youngest age possible, take advantage of compound interest. And that's what a lot of people I think are doing with IUL for kids. It's an excellent tool.
Yeah, and it's funny because, you're in the industry, right? And so you understand the value of an IUL. And, that's one of our biggest, I don't want to say it's a struggle, but it's one of our biggest.
It's a challenge.
Our challenge, or why don't we put it this way? It's our goal to get that information out to people, right? To help them understand, like you and I understand how important that is on many levels, even setting up a child for the most affordable permanent insurance policy, right? Because we understand that, you and I understand that when we get older, the cost of insurance is going to be more expensive for us.
Absolutely.
At some point, we're going to need to get the policy, right? It's either our parents get it for us at an early age, lock us in for a low cost, which is what you're doing, which is amazing. Your kids are forever going to be grateful when they get to the point where like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Can't believe my dad set us up with this.
I know. Well, a way that I've used to explain to a lot of my friends about IUL for kids is I was like, you show them an illustration. Say, hey, if you put in $100 a month for your kid by age, how old are you? And they say 41. I say, okay, well, by age 41, your kid will have a $250,000 permanent life insurance policy with living benefits, about $130,000 of cash value built up by that time, on their way to a retirement income of $50,000 a year just coming from this IUL plan, completely tax-free for the rest of their lives, no matter how long they live. Now,
wow,
you're 41. Wouldn't it be nice if you could say that you had this right now because your parents had set this up for you? And they were like, yeah, I wish my parents would have done that. I was like, well, we can't do anything about that, but you can do it for your kid right now.
Oh man, I'm sold.
Closes them every time, right? It's about showing them the value of the product and how little it takes at a young age to actually produce some pretty incredible results.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. I'm going to steal that one.
You should. All of our viewers are like, okay, didn't realize we're going over sales concepts here.
Well, this is not in so much of a sales concept, but wow, you just opened my eyes.
It's about education.
Yeah. I'm serious. I wish my mom would have done that for me. And I'm doing it now for my stepdaughters. They have their own plans again, this is just a concept that we understand. And so my goal is to make as many people understand this concept as possible.
Right.
The more families I can help, the more gratifying it is, honestly.
Yeah. And, you take that IUL for kids concept, and then, the next question is always, well, can I do this for me? And
Right.
Absolutely. Now, obviously for older people like you and I also have an IUL for myself. Takes more premium to fund those. But you also you can create those same results in a tax advantaged manner. So I know you guys do a lot of kind of tax-free retirement planning for adults as well. Obviously it's great for people in their 20s and early 30s, but it can work for people, even into their 40s and 50s as well.
Yeah. We do a lot of final expense as well. Since we are in the health industry, we help a lot of our clients with Medicare, of course, with ACA, the Obamacare program that's out there.
Right.
We're helping a lot of those individuals as well get set up with final expense products. As you know, for those individuals who are hitting 60, 65 years old, unfortunately, a lot of them are unprepared. And so a final expense product is that product that is affordable for them. It gives them the necessary coverage that they need so that their family is not burdened with any expenses on final expenses.
Yeah.
And so, that's another one of those products that right now we see is a huge need with more people going into retirement. We know that the baby boomers are just constantly every single day hitting that retirement age. So what is it, 10,000 people a day?
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's a real opportunity that is just going to continue to unfold in front of all of us, and a real need.
Yeah.
There's a real need to plan for these situations. Unfortunately, a lot of boomers are kind of having to come and try to solve for these problems when they're already, in their 60s and even early 70s. So we use that as, yes, let's get these problems solved, but we also use it as a reminder that, hey, we need to be thinking about this stuff earlier. We got to talk to our clients when they're in their 30s, when they're in their 40s, and get these problems solved for so much more affordable and so much easier to solve for them earlier. You can get so much bang for your buck, so to speak, if you do that planning in advance. Yeah. Speaking of planning and solutions, annuities.
That was alley-oop, by the way.
Yeah, right?
For the annuity conversation.
All right. Annuities are absolutely exploding. This is across the industry. Obviously, it's driven by what's happening in the markets, the uncertainty with inflation, with people wanting to be able to get safe money buckets set up that have guaranteed results. Claudio is also helping clients who are actually, in many cases, coming to them asking for these products. Tell me more about what you guys are doing with annuities.
That's right. Annuities, because it is a hot topic. A lot of clients are, contacting our agents about these kind of products.
Right.
Either it's, new money that they want to put away into these kind of products because they see the guarantees that come along with it, the safety net that's around annuities, the benefit, the whole the fact that there's a beneficiary attached to it, and on top of that, we're in a market right now where the interest rates they're
incredible,
are amazing, and so all these companies are just throwing money at people to get their money. Right?
Yeah. You talk about 5.5% on certain annuity products out there that's completely guaranteed. That's something that people are absolutely jumping at. It's definitely attractive, and that's why. I mean, I know on Alliance Group's end, we just surpassed. We're a life insurance organization primarily. Annuities does fall into that bucket though, and we just passed $100 million of combined annuity production.
Congratulations!
Thank you very much, and it's by far more than we've done any other year. So this is a wonderful time to be educating clients about annuities and what they can do. It's a wonderful time for prospects and clients out there to be educating themselves on exactly what annuities are. They were kind of thought of as like, that's the boring thing. That's for that's for people who are older and looking to kind of turn their savings into an income stream. But now people are looking for this as, hey, if I'm going to pull my money out of the market and just have it sitting in a savings account somewhere, I need to be parking that somewhere where it's going to be generating some money. And these rates are pretty impressive right now, Miguel.
And it's for those, like you said, those individuals that not necessarily going into retirement, people that understand these interest rates that are and these guarantees.
Right.
those are the smart people,
right?
They're the ones that are like, wow, I'm looking at this opportunity and this is a time to get in, right? So a lot of the smart investors are getting into these types of products as well. And so again, this is new money. This is not money that's being rolled over from a 401k or it's not being rolled over from a 403b plan. This is new money that's being put into these annuities because they see that guarantee. But to your point too, 100 million, that's amazing. Congratulations. We also have to look at the market. There's trillions of dollars being transferred right now.
Absolutely.
Or
that's
at
just
least
the tip of the iceberg.
I don't want to say they're being transferred. I think they need to be transferred, right? And I think for those agents that are also watching this is an opportunity, right? Or if you're not focused on annuities, this is an opportunity to really jump on this opportunity. And if you're looking for a career change, the life insurance industry is booming right now. And so you want to be in this industry, and there's opportunity at Claro Insurance. And of course, with the help of Alliance Group, we've really been growing our reach to the right agents and to the right people. And you guys have such an amazing educational platform and a marketing team that has really helped us to build our marketing team and our educational platforms, which is what we're doing today. But it's just, we learn from the best. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely, man. We absolutely love the partnership. And let's actually talk a little bit more about what we were shooting today. You were here shooting a course for new Claro agents and partners, and also people for people who are new to Claro to kind of learn how do I do business with Claro in the life insurance industry, but also people who have been with Claro for a while, but on the health side and are wanting to kind of start to explore some opportunities to offer life insurance as well to the people that they're having conversations with on the health side, right? So tell me a little bit more about that course and what your future plans are. I know we're already trying to plan out another date for you to come back and shoot some more training. So kind of tell us a little bit about what you're trying to create as far as that training course platform.
Yeah. So, like I mentioned earlier, Claro is really focusing on being that insurtech company where we have, access to everything that you need to
it's all digital.
It's all digital. It's all there through our platform. And, agents that, new agents that want to join our company, they can go to claroinsurance.com, set up an appointment with one of our business development agents. They'll, walk you through the entire process, kind of, give you what we do and show you the opportunity. But what we're trying to accomplish here, like I shared earlier, we really want to get that information to our agents in Spanish. And so that's why we're here, is creating these courses that are super valuable for new agents to existing agents, right, who want to just kind of refresh their information. Those agents that want to learn new sales strategies. That's what my next course is all about. It's about, sales strategies for life insurance agents, how to sell to those, to different types of clients and the strategy to do it, with including the different tools that we have available.
Absolutely.
For the agents to use. And for those agents that are doing health right now, they're in the perfect position to cross-sell a life insurance policy. And so what I always say is, if they're not selling life insurance, they're leaving money on the table because they're already working with clients. And so that
you're already having those conversations. One thing I always used to say, there's a certain large life insurance carrier. I don't want to say, actually, they're not a life insurance carrier. They're actually a P&C carrier who sold a lot of life insurance, lots and lots of it. Actually, they were the number 4 carrier. And this was back when I started. This is probably 10 years ago. What I always used to say, I won't say the name of the company, but this company did not have the best life insurance products. It did not have the best features. It was not the best price, but they were still number 4 because what they were doing is they were training their agents who were already having conversations with their clients about home and auto. All they did, the one thing they did, is to become number 4 life insurance production, even though their products weren't that good and their pricing wasn't that good. All they were doing is training those agents that were already talking to people just to work in a question about, how's your life insurance? Do you have life insurance?
Yeah.
And that was it. Sometimes that's all. If somebody likes you and they're doing business with you and you're already a client of theirs, sometimes it's just as simple as asking the question, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of agents overcomplicate that process, the cross-selling. I worked very hard on a cross-sell training, and you just simplified it for me. All you have to do is ask.
Sometimes it's that simple. Now, obviously, it's not always exactly that simple, and there definitely are some things some training, I'm sure, some strategies they could learn from you on cross-selling more effectively. But I think that the first barrier that most health insurance agents or P&C agents don't ever get over is just ask the question. That's step one.
Yeah.
And as in the case of this company I'm talking about, it can lead to some pretty incredible results. Just working into your conversations.
They have an organization, with hundreds of agents. That adds up really quick, and you can make your number run really fast as well.
Absolutely.
So, I think right now with we're in a season. This goes out in the next few weeks. We're in a season of open enrollment, and so that's the opportunity for agents to really use this strategy of just asking.
Right. Just ask. And, it doesn't have to be like, let's talk about it right now. Obviously, open enrollment, they're very busy, but it might be just like, okay, let me just write this down, make a note to myself. I'll reach out to you after open enrollment. We can get this done.
Correct. Right? Yeah. It doesn't have to be done on the spot. You can set up that. You just got to set up. I like to say this, you plant the seed. All you're doing is planting. You ask the question, you planted a seed. That individual's already thinking, life insurance. Wow, I don't have it.
Right. Oh, it's been something I've been meaning to do. Right. I've been putting it off for years, and okay, I didn't realize this person could help me. I like them. I trust them.
Right.
I already have my health insurance with them. I already have, whatever else with them. It's, it's a powerful thing.
The seed is planted,
Right.
And I think that, that very simple tip that you gave there is gold, because it's literally as simple as asking. You have the license to ask.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this virtual course, it's going to be available on Claro's training platform. We're going to work out more courses that you're going to come back. And so the goal there is to really give agents, I know that I do like, and you still are going to have, of course, support from you, from the team to answer any questions they have. But I know the way that I like to learn, yes, I like to have someone to ask questions of when I need to, but I also really like to be able to go on my own time in my underwear on my couch, at 11 at night.
I'm getting visual sense.
You're welcome. Game on in the background and to train on my own time, be able to pause and rewind, and really absorb things. And I think it's really, really powerful and important that you are providing that for your agents. And it's something that it's going to benefit Claro's agents and Claro. And so 100%. Kudos to you for doing that and putting in the work.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm really excited to roll this out with our marketing team. They've worked very hard to build this platform, not just for life insurance, obviously for the other lines of business that we have at Claro Insurance. We want to make sure that our agents are well prepared when they go out there. At the end of the day, listen, all we want for our agents is to be successful. Because if they're successful, we're all successful. So that's our number one goal, is that agents have the tools at their reach at any time. If they're on the couch in underwear watching the football game, then hey, so be it. You can study, you can learn at the same time. And, again, they get success. We all get success, right? And so we really do care about our agent success. And so that's why we've invested so much time, energy, resources into building the platform that we have. And that's why we truly do consider ourselves an insurtech in the industry. And so we're going to continue to push forward as the insurtech, the number one insurtech. That's our goal, right? To be number one in the industry. And I truly am really confident that that's where we're going.
Fantastic. Yeah. So Miguel Reynoso, thank you so much for joining us,
man. Thank you for having me.
Claro Insurance, claroinsurance.com for anyone out there who is interested in what they've heard today and want to be a part of that opportunity. A fantastic company with a really awesome present, but a really, really bright future as well. Miguel, thanks so much for joining us.
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Listen to this interview and more on the Alliance Group podcast.